So this is the Gigabyte Aero 15 OLED. I've already done a live stream showcasing this laptop, but I want to get to the main stuff quickly because it's basically a performance upgrade. Like if you're looking for a creator's laptop that also has the potential to game, this is the laptop you're looking for. The Aero 15 has a very conservative look. It's just an all black laptop with the Aero logo that lights up when the laptop turns on. The beauty about this thing is it is able to handle the performance by staying cool and most importantly, by staying light. 4.4 pounds. Making it lighter than a MacBook Pro 16, which is great if you travel a lot. Well, hopefully you'll get to travel a lot after we get off lockdown. Port situation is the same. Like on the left-hand side, you have your HDMI, mini display port, USB port, audio jack, full-size RJ45 jack, and then on the other side, you get two more USB ports, Thunderbolt 3, SD card slot, this is UHS 2, and then of course your barrel connector, which hooks up to a power brick. Internally, it's the same as last year, but there are a couple of things I want to talk about. Heating solution is still fantastic. RAM can be upgraded to 64 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz, which is more common now with the 10th gen than last year, where a lot of RAM was 2666 megahertz. The drive, this is Intel Optane. And the speeds are not as fast as a true NVMe drive, but they're still a lot faster than a regular SSD. The good news though is that you can swap it out, or you can just add a second drive, which there's a space for right here. Wi-Fi 6, it is a killer card, but you do have a big battery, 94 watt hours. And I was getting about 5 hours to 5 hours and a half of use doing productivity. This display though, it's absolutely amazing. Like a 4K OLED display, the same one in the previous model, but Gigabyte actually did a fairly good job of calibrating it straight out of the box. Color gamut, accuracy, brightness is all exceptional. It is 60 Hertz, which is disappointing if you like to game as well, but if you're a content creator first and that's mostly what you do, you'll appreciate this panel. Now, for those of you sensitive to PWM flicker, there is some of that present at the lower brightness, so ideally, you want to keep the brightness around 50 to 80%. However, the placement of the webcam is in the worst position. Not only is it below the display, it's on the deck of the keyboard, which means if you want to get your face in frame, you have to push the laptop away from you quite a distance, making it a lot harder to type on when you're having a conference call. Okay, so the speakers are the same. They're still on the bottom of the laptop. They have a nice, clean sound, but there is absolutely no bass whatsoever. It's like they took the spectrum and they pushed it all the way up to give you sweet sounding mids and mostly a lot of treble. Performance is interesting because it's pretty much a CPU and GPU spec bump. Like you're using the 10th gen Intel processors this year. The good thing though is that the i7 now has an 8-core version. That 8-core version is just as fast as last year's i9 9080H. So if you've seen the performance on that, this is what this laptop's going to act like. Now, you do get a beefier GPU. Like this is coming with an RTX 2070 Super Max-Q, which is faster than last year's RTX 2070. To put this in perspective, the 2070 Super is just as fast as last year's RTX 2080 Max-Q. Gaming is also exceptional on this. Like great frame rates, settings maxed out or on high. Even if you're playing all the latest titles, this laptop is going to laugh at it. Now, fan noise is a bit louder, and it's expected. This is a pretty thin chassis, and on top of it, you have a lot of power in here. So they're on a bit more than I'd like, but expected when you're pushing this laptop. Heat management, fantastic. Gigabyte is taking a conservative approach, so when this thing is under complete load, you can expect CPU temps to be around 80 to 85 degrees Celsius. Keyboard, it's okay. It's still not my favorite keyboard. I like the tactile feel. It's comfortable to type on, but because they stuck a numpad in here, it feels a bit cramped, so you might make some spelling mistakes for a little while until you get used to the feel. RGB lighting is always fantastic. It's per key, so you can switch it to whatever you want, but I just wish there was a bit more space to type on. Touchpad is not my favorite. There's better touchpads out there. It's fine because it's using Windows Precision drivers, but it's a bit small and it's not as accurate as I'd like it to be. So here's the thing. I know the Aero 15 may not have a crazy redesign, but I like the design. It's very conservative. It's light at 4.4 pounds. Build quality is good, minus the wobbly screen, which I think needs to be fixed, and the awkward placement of the webcam. But this is a solid laptop. Like you're getting good thermals, so I wouldn't worry about longevity. you're getting good performance no matter what application you're throwing at it. And if you want to fine tune it, you have the ability to go inside, open up the back cover, or at least undervolt the CPU to provide you a bit more performance for very similar thermals. And I think that is a winning formula. And my suggestion to Gigabyte going forward is not some sort of crazy redesign, but more of really good refinements. Refine the build quality, refine the little things that people are complaining about now to make the product better overall. Now, if you have the previous model, this is obviously not much of an upgrade, but I think if you're looking for a creator laptop with the ability to game as well, this one should probably be on your list. Anyways, that wraps up this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because if you did, feel free to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.